everyone. Welcome to the Round 5 NRL Punters preview by Wicky. To start off with, I'm just going to do a quick introduction in terms of what we want to cover in this video. I'm going to try to zoom through performance from last week and team list so I can get straight into the value plays. We've done a pretty good job, I think, of covering off I guess what we're trying to do, how to best use the odds comparison tool, and sort of make sense of the value plays that we put out there. I've also on our free Discord, I think we're just about to hit 500 people on there, which is awesome. But I have put our results so far for this season, and one of the people on the Discord has actually gone through all our plays for 2022 and put our results for that as well. So they're both really promising. We're definitely up for last season and this season so far. And you'll see obviously in our round 4 review why that was. And we've got some pretty juicy value plays coming up for round 5 as well. So I guess quick introduction of myself. I'm Nicole, the founder of Wicky. I guess for the guys that have been on here for a year or two, the Tripod Facebook group and a few other sources, we've obviously grown our community quite a bit. I think we started this Discord about 12 months ago, and now we've got almost 500 people, and almost half of that has been in the last month. So been amazing. And even on our site, we had our best ever weekend, 2 weekends in a row for the amount of people that were on our site. I think we had, or not just our site, but also social media. TikTok's almost at 500 followers, and the TikTok's just bloody me talking into a camera. So it's definitely not because I'm pretty or anything. So yeah, we've got a lot more people checking out our site, checking out our stuff, and it is all for free. So obviously, if you can, like our stuff, follow across on social media over here, and share with any of your friends that are into punting or fantasy sports. That'd be awesome. Also, just a quick note at the bottom, we're going to clean this up today by the time the video goes live. But we're going to update this with IPL links. So we're going to update, this is Linktree, by the way. So obviously you can click on the link or just Google Linktree Wiki. But this will be a mix of NRL content and data tools at the bottom, cricket. If you're into your cricket, we'll have IPL content ready to go as well. And I know Draft Stars, who we partner with, they're going to be having IPL contests as well, which would be pretty cool. But as always, just a really quick introduction to our Linktree. As I said, follow us on socials, share with your friends. We really appreciate that. Our Discord over here, as I said, it's free to join. Our sports betting channel, like obviously, as you can imagine, if there's team changes on the weekend, we're getting on try scorers. You literally have maybe 60 seconds or 2 minutes to get on. And our Discord's the place that I put all those value plays in. And if you are keen for value, that's the time to be looking around. We don't have enough time to update the articles and stuff, unfortunately. So definitely join that if you're keen. And aside from that, so the Punters preview article. So this video that I'm doing now, I'm doing this at about midday on Wednesday Sydney time. It goes out sometime this arvo, and so does the article. So obviously you can read the article as well. The odds comparison tool, which I'll go through in a sec. Again, it's free to use. Check it out. We've got first try scorer, anytime try scorer, second half first try scorer, and last try scorer. So whether you're trying to find the best price for a same game multi, or for an upcoming game, whichever, you can play around with the tool, find out what you need. The video that I'm doing now, it's both on video and audio, so you can check it out here. And I also do a fantasy and super coach video that you can check out here. So awesome. Let's get straight into it, guys. So just very quickly going through the results from last week. So Thursday night, I think there was a lot of really good value plays that I was excited about, especially Cleary and Brown. I love the prices there. But the only one that I ended up getting up was Dylan Edwards. I think it ended up being a wet night from memory. And obviously when I wrote the article, there were rumors that there'd be rain around, or like there was predicted rain around, but it ended up being a lot more rain than I thought. So value didn't, especially on Sevo. I was really excited about Sevo at home. And his try scoring stats are excellent. And we're getting 245. But anyway, Edwards was the only one that got up there. No wins in this game. Oh, what am I saying? Of course there was. So this was probably like it'd been that top handful of moments since I started Wiki 3 years ago. So Apisai Coruscant, this was awesome. So basically what happened here, I really liked the $81 for him on tab. Yes, the Storm are a better team, but Coruscant just should not have been priced that high. You can see that I wrote in the reasoning like why I thought it was a really good play. But it was just a tricky one where I didn't like his anytime try scorer price, but I love this 81 price. So the way that I told people to play it in this article was first try scorer or second try scorer or last try scorer, like 3 separate bets, all at $81. But I personally get on a couple more like first team and first try scorer, second half, etc. So he ended up scoring the first try in the second half at $81 odds. and I won on that. So I was super happy, but I also felt really guilty because that's not like I could have tipped 7 different things for one player. So I didn't, well, the value play on the Punter's preview was not right. And not a lot of people obviously would have bet on first try score second half because it wasn't in here. And then we hit this moment with, so he scored the first try in the second half. I personally won my bet. I was really happy. There was about like 20, 25 minutes, maybe 30 minutes left in the game at that stage. It got to a point where we were like, oh shit, well, people were chatting on the Discord and the sports betting channel. Got to about 10 minutes left. And it was like, oh, holy shit. Coruscant could hold on for last try scorer at $81, which obviously was in the value plays article. The Punter preview article, sorry. And yeah, like we literally had like a countdown going just to see if he could hold on. The Tigers did get close, but in the end, yeah, they didn't score and Coruscant held on. A bunch of people sort of sharing their slips about winning last try score bets at $81. It was great fun. One of my highlights to start of this company. Really, really good fun. Moving on, we had some really good plays here. So we had Felice Kafusi got suspended. So basically meant that Kenny Bromwich was most likely to get the second row spot, or it could have been Tom Gilbert. So it's not in here, but on Discord, we had Kenny Bromwich $67, first try scorer, and $11, I think it was ATS. It should have probably been about half of that. He did end up scoring, but that was just an example of why you want to be on our Discord for those last minute plays. Found some incredible value. Obviously, it didn't pay off, but we're getting 5-6 bets across 8 different games. That's 40 or 50 value plays at least every round. You go over a whole season, and those value plays are going to pay off. So that was close. No cigar over there. I think what was it? I think Val Holmes definitely scored. There was an injury. Tuolangi got injured. Holmes went on the wing, scored a try. That was great. Really liked the Neem and the Dearden plays. Oh, and Fafita, but unfortunately none of them came off. This game we hit Cody Walker. He actually scored the first try. So this bet over here, $9 won, and so did the anytime try score at 425. I forgot that Hamale Olakuatu, he won as well. That was awesome. Won at 420 on Ned's anytime try scorer. None of the others did from memory though, which is unfortunate. But yeah, pretty good game overall. Hitting 3 plays. Anytime try scorer, first, second, or third for Cody Walker and Olakuatu. So that was a pretty good game as well. Nothing hit in the Warriors Dogs game. There's 3 games on Sunday. This is awesome. So Bradman Best, this one, I think he scored the third try. So that one at $12, which is awesome. Fergity Void, he got ruled out. So Papali was very, very close to scoring with like the second last play of the game. The Raiders were chasing the Knights. Whatever. Like Papali was really, really close, basically. Unfortunately, this is really frustrating, but Hudson Young was $10 for first, second, or third try, which is not equivalent, but similar to getting $30 for first try scorer. And he was half of that. Like it was about $15 to $20 odds on most bookies. So I love that play. I got it myself for whatever reason. You know, I apologize on the Discord, but I didn't put it on here. I don't know. I must have just missed out, but whatever. Hudson Young was another good player. I personally won on it, didn't put it in, but obviously Bradman Best one, which is awesome. And there was another one, Frizzell. Frizzell was, I think, $41 for first try scorer. I put that on the Discord or something equivalent to that actually. But yeah, it didn't get up. But then he got up for last try scorer. Actually, Zach Hosking for the Panthers. He was $29 for first and last try scorer, separate bets. And I thought, oh, like he might not play the whole game. So in the Discord, I put Zach Hosking, good hole runner, playing for the Panthers on the right side next to Cleary, $29 first try scorer, and he ended up getting last try scorer. So we are doing really well this season in 4 rounds in. We've won a couple of really high odds players. We've generally done quite well, but there's been so many close misses, which really gets me excited for the next upcoming few weeks. So that game was pretty good. And this game was not. Moylan was really good value, but obviously didn't get up. He was close to scoring at some point. It might have even been first try scorer. So he was, yeah, definitely good value. And he is again this week, by the way, quick spoiler. Royce Hunt looked really good last week. Did not score, but yeah, definitely keen for him, especially against some weaker packs. And I think that's it. So that's it, guys, for the round 4 review. Sorry, as you can see, like we won a bet at $81 to 1, won a few others like either side of that $10 odds mark. Yeah, really good round, and yeah, really excited for round 5. Getting into the teams, I realize I've been wasting way too much time going through teams every week. So I'm going to try to rush through it a little bit. This is going to be a cracking game. The Roosters versus Para Thursday night at whatever Allianz Stadium is called now. So Paulo is out for the Eels. I love saying that name. But yeah, Junior Paulo is out. Wiramu Greg's been named there, but I reckon they might change things around come the start of the game. But yeah, they are pretty bloody thin. Matto could go into the middle. Anyways, I'll stop myself there. Manu suspended. He's out. In terms of ins for this game, nothing major, I don't believe. Nope. Hutchison's been named in the centers, so that'll be interesting to see potentially Corey Allen get some time in the backs. Moving on, Raiders Panthers, Wyden suspended for a couple of rounds, but Fogarty's back in, and Rapana's back from his suspension. Aside from that, Garner and Sonny Luke got concussed. Garner has some sort of injury. That means our boy Hosking's starting again, and so Sorensen, because Liam Martin's still out. And in terms of, I think that's it for that game there. Oh, Rabbitohs still. This game's going to be really bloody good. So the Rabbitohs welcome back Hame Sele into their pack, which they really needed some middle forwards back. So like it's good for them, I think, to at least get one of them back. Cheekham ended up starting on the edge last week. And he was really good odds by the way. That was on our Discord. He was $71 for first try scorer when he ended up starting. Like it probably should have been in the 40s or maybe the 50s. So yeah, look out for Cheekham again here. For the Storm, no major changes. Like they've still got Jerome Hughes missing, unfortunately, but they do have Munster, Meaney, and Grant, who are all playing pretty well. Moving on, Manly versus the Knights. So Kula, the right centre for Manly, is out, replaced by Morgan Harper, playing his first game for the season. Kurt Mann, I think he had a concussion, so he's out. Marju and Miller had really good stats last week, both played really well. Best and Gay Guy were on fire again against the Raiders. So all their backs sort of played really well against the Raiders. Aside from that, not too many changes. Jack Johns is starting at lock, like their middle forwards are, their forward pack's in a lot of trouble at the Knights. Dragons, Dolphins, Sean O'Sullivan's done his pack, he's out for a while. Tessie New's done something to his knee. I think he's out for a month or so. So they're missing a couple of players here, but they get Jeremy Marshall-King back, which is awesome. He's playing really well at hooker to start the season. I think him and Sullivan, they don't quite even out, but it's a big spine player back for them, which I think is pretty important. And Katoa comes back in the halves as well. So it'd be Milford, Katoa, which isn't very inspiring, but we'll see how they go. They're up against Dragons, who obviously aren't doing so well themselves. They've got Zabellin back, so it'll be interesting. He's named in jersey number 22, but I think if he's been named, he'll likely come into the team, probably for the rookie Couchman. They've also, for the Dragons, they've let go of Aaron Woods and got a couple of Manleys, like really up and coming sort of like gun forward. So that'll be interesting to see what they do with their pack in future weeks. Broncos and Tigers, most people are going to be thinking this is going to be cricket scores. So it should be interesting to watch. The Tigers are just confusing. So they've still got Dane Laurie on the... No, they don't. So they've dropped Laurie completely. Simpkins on the bench might mean things for Coruscant, but yeah, very odd selection continues for the Tigers. For the Broncos, nothing much has changed. Nope, should be good to go. Sharks Warriors, Hines was obviously amazing last week. It'll be interesting to see how he goes against the Warriors. Kafusi's out, which means Trindle and Jack Williams. I think one of them wasn't there last week. Trindle's back from his ankle injury. There you go. Warriors, TMM. Tavares Martin's missing. Volkman, the rookie, is playing there. Obviously, with Wade Egan back, Freddie Lussick goes onto the extended bench, and Josh Curran sort of lurking around there as well. Last game for the round, the Dogs for Amanu Brown, unfortunately, is out. I think it means that Franklin Bellet is back. This is really interesting. So the Cowboys are now missing Tamau, Nanai, Tolangi, Shiba Saki's out, but Hiku's back. They're still also missing Drinkwater. They're also missing Cotter. So like they're missing 4 or 5 sort of regular first graders. And the Dogs, they're also missing a couple of forwards, but they're going to be out for a while. So this should be a really interesting game. Awesome. I'm going to move into going through the odds comparison tool. So as I said, this link is on our website, on our Linktree. You can find it anywhere, or just Google Wicky price score value finder. You find this tool. Purpose of the tool, you can go through all 8 games individually or all 8 games at one time. Model value, historical value, market value. I'm not going to explain this again, but we've got an article that explains it. Our previous podcast episodes explain it as well. And we've got 4 markets: anytime try scorer, first, last, and first try scorer second half. Let's get straight into it, guys. So Roosters Para, as I said, I can't stop smiling when I talk about this game because I'm just so keen to watch it. If we go to model value, like absolutely nothing seems like good value here according to our model. Very quickly, we just compare like what our model has the player's price, and then we compare the best odds. So there's nothing like when we say model value, there's no secret source to that. That's in the model, and then just comparing that to the best odds. So you can see here, there's like nothing significantly better priced across the bookies compared to our model. Historical value, still like I don't think there's anything amazing here. And then market value, well, you can see here that like Corey Allen. So Neds do this thing where they price bench backs like really well compared to other sites. So if there is a late change, you want to look out for Neds straight away. If a back that was on the bench is now starting, Neds are probably the site to go to. And you can see here, like if Corey Allen's starting in the centers or the backs, or centers at 5s is decent, but at wing it's amazing. So definitely have a look out if there's any changes here. But yeah, don't love anything for first try, anytime try scorer there, to be honest. The Roosters game, Collins is showing. Collins, like the middle forwards, our model doesn't do an amazing job. Like we just give them, like our model just kind of gives them a more generic number. So that's something that I like to pay a little bit more attention to than just going off the model number for middle forwards. 101s and 81s, it is okay, but it's going to be a close game. It's not amazing, so it's not the one that I'm personally that excited about. I think an interesting one could be Nat Butcher up against that Cartwright or Wanga Blake edge. Who was playing them last week? That's why I liked Hosking. He was next to Cleary and then running at Cartwright, which is why I liked him at 29s. I will have a think about whether I potentially put that into the value plays article. Aside from that, nope. Nothing really stands out here. Radley at 67s would interest me, but not so much at 51s. And market value, Hopwood potentially. I'll have a think about that one. But yeah, nothing too exciting there. Dylan Brown potentially as well. But I think there might be a better way to play that. So yeah, Roosters Eels game, guys, like not a lot to get excited about, to be honest. Let's just have a quick look at last try scorer. Nope, nothing great there. And then first try scorer second half. No, nothing sort of inspiring there. So look, yeah, I think with the Roosters and Para game, I'm gonna have to have a closer look before I write the Punters preview article. Just playing around with the tool and showing nothing really stands out. So let's move on to the Raiders Panthers game, first game from Friday night. Looking at model value for anytime try scorer, Matt Frawley is $12 on Bet365. He's not the most inspiring NRL player, filling in for Jack White, and he has scored the odd try in his NRL career. Like if you look at his stats career-wise, he scores a try once in every 7 games or so that he's played, and I think he's played a little bit of hooker and bench games as well. So it is good, but it's not as good as the 3 green lights suggest. I think if you like, I personally am a little bit biased because the Raiders played crap against the Knights and lost easily. So if they're playing the Panthers and the Panthers have just come off a loss against the Eels, I'm pretty worried about. Like I actually really like the Raiders, by the way. Like I don't want to let my bias get into it, but I'm just worried the Panthers are going to smack the Raiders, and therefore I don't love this. I do like it, and I probably will include it in my value plays article. But just have a bit of a think before just looking at bang, 3 green lights, let's get on kind of thing. Aside from that, I don't think there's anything else in model value that got me excited. Oh, Big Papa, Josh Papali at $12 anytime try scorer. He obviously played last week, first came back from his calf niggle, almost scored in the last play of the game. I will definitely have a look at him. Corey Harawira-Naera, play that in a few different ways. I'll be putting this in my article, but basically he's been playing right edge mostly while Whitehead has been playing in the middle, but he keeps being leaned at lock, and like websites, like different bookies are pricing him up as if he's a middle, but he's been playing edge. So smash Harawira-Naera as much as you feel comfortable across as many markets as possible. And I think he's best price on tab. Oh my god, Gula at 21s. I like that as well. And Tapino 15s. Oh man, this is gonna be a really difficult game to settle on what I really like. But I think the one that I can definitely say is Harawira-Naera, $11 odds on tab, anytime try scorer. And I'm sure he's a good price, first try scorer, etc. as well. Market value. Ooh, Salmon and 825. Like they're missing Martin and Ghana, and they've got Sorensen and Hosking in the second row. I could almost guarantee that Salmon should get some time on the edge. First try score, second half might be the way to get on him, but I'll have a look at that. But yeah, let's move. You know what? Let's just have a quick look at Salmon here. See, 41. Oh, first try scorer for the Raiders Panthers game. Model value Frawley at 67s. Again, I'd have a double at FTS and LTS at 67s on 365, but they're up against the Panthers. I'm a little bit worried. If you feel like the Raiders could compete here, that 67 is really good. But I think it's definitely worth a double. Sorensen at 31s. I know Model really likes it, but again, I like it and I don't think it's amazing. But yeah, definitely have a look at that one. And then the other one is Harawira-Naera. Oh my god, he's $81 odds on tab. Like that is incredible for someone who's been named at lock and therefore being priced like that. But as I said, he's playing edge. I think that's an excellent bet. Historical value, yeah, CHN just like he's scored the first try one in every 20 games that he's played. But that's been a mix of edge and sort of middle and bench. But just however you look at it, that is an excellent play. Aside from that, Papali at 67s, yep, definitely like that. And Tapina at 81s, definitely like that for first try scorer. But I'll put that in the article. I think there's nothing. Oh, and so there's a couple of really specific bets that I like. So first try scorer, second half, Horsberg at 101s, love that. And last try scorer. All right, fine. It's escaped my mind. But yeah, definitely Horsberg. Oh, last try scorer Cleary at 26s. Tell me, he's 23s now. Okay, well, Cleary at 23, he loves the last try. You can see if you looked at his career stats, Nathan Cleary, he scored the last try 1 in 11 games that he's played. And you're getting 23s here in a game that they're strong favourites in for Nathan Cleary. So I'd have a look at that. But yeah, definitely love first try score, second half. Forsberg at 101s. Let's move on to the next game. Anytime try scorer, Rabbitohs, Storm. Peasant, as I said to you guys in the last video, guys, with rookies, be careful. Basically, what our model does, it doesn't price the model doesn't price rookies properly until they've played 10 games from memory. So because the model doesn't price them properly, if we find good odds for them, it throws off model value. So just be careful when you are looking at rookies. But I actually think the 675 for Peasant's actually decent. He's looked pretty good so far. It's his last game before Jeremy Hughes comes back. Matongi at 540, he's been in really, really good form. He did play a lot of middle with Chicam playing edge last week, so you just want to be wary of what's happening. But then Hamesele is back, so hopefully Matongi goes back onto the edge for Souths. Aside from that, Remus Smith at 525 looks decent here. There's a couple that look all right here, but nothing amazing. I do like Murray at 850, but I think we can find a better way of playing that. And I don't love anything here. The Katoa 650 looks all right, but I'll probably suggest playing that first try scorer, but we'll have a look. Move on to first try scorer for this game. King, I think that's worth a small dabble at $126 on Sportsbet to score the first try. Katoa at $41. I love that for first try scorer and last try scorer on Bet365. He's looked excellent this year so far. Cam Murray, $67. First try, second try, and last try. 3 separate bets on tab. Love that as well. Koloamatangi at 31s on Neds. Absolutely love that. Koloamatangi and Murray, you can see get the 3 green lights here. Absolutely love it. Remus Smith at 34s, playing at right centre for the Storm. He hasn't scored a lot of tries in the last sort of 12 to 24 months, which is why I assume the odds are so high. But you can see that it's way better than his career odds, way better than other bookies, and way better than what our model has in. So we'll find a good way to play Remus Smith. Historical value, yeah, Murray just gets highlighted again. So does Koloamatangi and Remus Smith. Let's have a look. No, nothing new. Oh, Kamika on tab 67s. I really like that as well. So I'll definitely be putting that in. There's going to be a lot of value players for this South and Storm game, but that's $67 on tab, by the way, for Kamika. All right, let's move on to the first Saturday game, Manly versus the Knights. Mole Olakuatu, $3 on 365 is the best play for that game. I think it is. I sworn the price was a little bit better yesterday, but it's good, but not amazing at that price. He's a great pick. He's a great player. Or he's in great form, I should say. But yeah, for $3 on Bet365 for anytime price score for Hamole is pretty good. Career-wise, Fitzgibbon at 6s looks good, but I just don't like him as much against the Manly team, who's been pretty well, playing pretty well, and no KP to sort of set him up. Whereas Amarju 260 looks decent. He looked incredible last week, or his stats were incredible at least. On Neds, that was, by the way, and market value, nothing really stands out here. So going to first try scorer for the Manly game. Hastings at 101s on tab is just ridiculous. I know that the outsiders, I know that he doesn't score that many tries, but that price is just crazy. So we'll find out the best way to get on Hastings on tab. Aside from that, not too much that I'm interested in. Historical value for this game, don't love anything here. Market value, there's quite a few things showing up, but nothing really interesting aside from Hastings at 101s probably for me. Yep, happy to move on to the next game. So anytime try scorer, Dragons, Dolphins, no obvious value there. Historical value, obviously Milford used to be a gun early in his career. Bird used to be a back. Sloan, just don't love him still. I know he scores a lot of tries, but I just don't love that 260 to be honest. Happy to move on. Jared Wallace at 11s, might be interested in that, but I'll try to find him at a good price. First try scorer, second half instead. Actually, Wallace, no, he's 51s, which isn't good enough to me. First try scorer for this game, BMM at 41s. I like that for a small play. Like he's doesn't have like great work rate, but yeah, he does look threatening when he's close to the line. Kenny Bromwich at 41s is okay without being amazing, I think. That's probably here. Historical value, I think Bird could be interesting. If DeBellin starts and Bird gets pushed onto an edge, I think that could be interesting. $51 Bird is on tab. Nothing else. Aitken was an excellent price yesterday, but that's disappeared, unfortunately. And Wallace, that's really interesting. Damn it. Wallace is $81 for first try scorer, but much shorter for first try scorer second half, which is annoying. Aside from that, not too much for this game. Moving on, Broncos, Tigers, anytime try scorer. There's a few that are popping up here, but nothing that interests me. Stefano at 17s. Going to be hitting Stefano until they realize that he's a really good try scorer. So again, I know I'm repeating myself, but every week I go on about Stefano. His record is almost good as Josh Papali, who is the best NRL middle forward for try scorer, like for try scoring strike rate. He scores a try one in every just over 5 games that Stefano plays. and we're getting him at $17. I get the Tigers aren't playing well this year. I get that they're playing the Broncos at Suncorp, but that's just like 3 times the price of his career strike rate and way better than any other bookie, almost double the price of any other bookie, which is like ridiculously good. Market value, nothing here that seems incredible, to be honest. Let's go to first try scorer. That the Tokomanu bet, sorry, was on Sportsbet, by the way. Model value, here we go. Oh, yeah, Stefano at 101's first try score on Sportsbet. Absolutely love that. ATS, FTS, and I'm hoping LTS for Stefano. Yep, Stefano, $101 Sportsbet. Absolutely love that. Aside from that, historical value, the first try scorer is nothing amazing aside from Stefano there. And then market value, no, happy to stay away from these. Oh, Simpkin first try score second half might be interesting. Or 81 on tab. I'll have a little crack at that. He's a decent player. I know that the outsiders, I know he's coming off the bench, but that's worth a look, I think, at $81 odds. Second last game of the round, guys. Sharks and Warriors. Sharks, I assume, is strong favorites here. Warriors could be missing Tohu Harris, but they do get Wade Egan back. Sione Katoa, $2.05 on Neds. Way better than our model thinks he should be up against the Warriors. Noticeably better than other bookies. I really like that play. That'll definitely be value plays. Sorry, the Punter preview article as one of our value plays. Volkman's another one, guys, that you can see here that he's playing for a team that's a strong outsider. But what's happened here is that our model, because he's a rookie, hasn't priced him well, and therefore he's showing up as really good model value. So if you think the $6 odds is a good price, that's fine. I personally don't, but just be wary of that with our model. It's rookies and middle forwards that you kind of need to be a little bit wary of. Aside from that, nothing really stands out here. Braden ULA 975 on Sportsbet ATS. I really like that for the Sharks. He's in the bucket of Papali'i, the Josh Papali, sorry, the Stefanos, sort of around that $5, $6, $7 historical strike. So essentially, he scores a try in one in every 6.5 games he plays, and we're getting $9.75 when they're playing the Warriors, who are a noticeably weaker team in the NRL generally. So I think, yeah, really good price. Braden ULA, 975, anytime try scorer on Sportsbet. I really like that. And market value, yeah. So like Trindle, for whatever reason, if he's a late in and he's starting, that's an awesome price for him, $6.20 on Neds. So just watch out for Neds with backs that are playing on the bench that could be late starters. I think that's it for anytime try scorer here. First try scorer model value, $34 on tab for Matt Moylan. It's showing up as really good model value, and it's way better than other bookies. I don't love the $34. It is good, but I think we can find a better way to play that for Moylan on tab. I'll have a look before I put that in the article. Katoa at 975, I think is good, but I'd rather just get an ATS anytime try score at $2.05. On Neds, again, Volkman, be careful. If you really like the 34s, that's great, but he's a rookie half in a team that's the strong outsider. I don't necessarily love $34 for Volkman. Brayley, now he's the same price as he was last week, and I really like the Brayley play. So I'm going to put a couple of value plays out for him, but I think he was $19 for first, second, or third try, similar to getting 51s for first try scorer, and he plays 80 minutes most weeks. So I really like that Brayley play, but not quite just the $51 for first try scorer. Historical value, happy to stay away from these. And then market value, damn it, I thought Royce Hunt would be better odds across sides because I wanted to get on him first try scorer second half. That's all right. And yep, happy to stay away from here. Just very quickly, first try scorer second half. Damn it, I thought Hunt might be good odds, but he's not. All right, last game for the round, Dogs Cowboys. As I mentioned earlier, the Cowboys have a few outs, so I'm interested to see what's if there's any juicy Bulldogs player value. Model value Townsend at 9s. I don't love that. I know it's 3 green lights. If he's good odds for first try scorer, I'll have a look at it, but I like the nines. If you like the nines, feel free to get on. It is good value if you look at his career strike rate, other bookies, and our model. Yeah, like an older half in NRL just doesn't excite me for try scorer markets unless they're crazy odd. Then I think nines is like decent without being amazing. Aside from that, Dearden 480 is actually decent, so I'll have a look at that. But we'll move on. Again, another example. If Ockenberg happens to be a late into the backs, especially on the wing, that 420 on Neds becomes incredible. But aside from that, nothing too great here. Market value, nope, happy to stay away from most things on here. First try scorer, Dogs, North Queensland. No, Townsend 51s, not inspiring. Phil 67, I would have gone a little bit on that. Hess at $41 on tab, playing on the edge. That's decent. Kick out $31 first try scorer on tab. I really like that. So we'll definitely be putting that in the Punters preview article. Historical value, there you go. So kick out scores the first try, 1 in every 14 games he plays. I think this game should be, the Dogs should actually be favorites with all the outs that the Cowboys have. I know a lot of that strike rate is based off his time with the Panthers, but I think sort of I would have that price around 15 to 20, and most bookies you can see have that as well. Our model's going at 30, which I don't really agree with, but yeah, $31 on tab. Love that for kick out. We'll find other ways to play that as well on tab. And market value, look, happy to stay away from stuff here. First try score, second half. Let's just have a quick look if anything pops out. If you've actually watched a bit of Franklin Pele and you like that $81 on Neds, I think that's fine. I know he's meant to be a really strong ball runner, but I haven't seen enough of him this season to make a decision. But if he plays well, he'll definitely be in value players in future weeks. I think that's it. Cool. So that's it, guys, for our Punters preview for round 5. As I said before, obviously we're putting a lot more time into content this year across fantasy and punting. So if you do like our stuff, join our free Discord, follow us on socials, and share it across to your mates. We'd really appreciate it. And if you've got any suggestions, like if I'm rushing through anything or you don't understand anything, feel free to ask us or feel free to message us on Discord with any questions that you have. But we've got an explainer article that talks through how to use the odds comparison tool and how to make the most of it out of our models. And I'll put it on the Discord, and I'll actually put it on here as well. So if you want to check that out, feel free to do so. And yeah, we'll obviously appreciate your support. All the best, guys. Gamble responsibly, and good luck for the weekend.